Hello and welcome to another video. I've been away for a little while. I was visiting family and had a great time, but now I'm back and ready to make some more MechWarrior videos, especially since they just announced the Steam launch, and this is cool, and I am most likely going to go to this event, if, of course. They will invite 50 people, but I hope to be able to go. I am really quite close to Vancouver, BC, so I can get there in just over an hour. That would be great to do it. But for today, I'm going to talk about something, because there's a Steam release and there's the rebalance, which has been announced to be, there's another test next week, and that there will be the sort of final version of what they get out of all these 4 tests will go live on December 1st. And so I'm just trying to get these last couple what I would change sort of concepts in before that occurs. Hopefully there will be something out of there that can be added to this rebalance, and it'll improve the game for when Steam launches, because that really will be a telling point for the game of how many people we get and then how many people retain afterwards. So getting on to the topic today is, why are clans so durable? Why are they so strong? It always seems like that Arctic cheetah just won't die. Or like the Timberwolf, you know, it can just take insane amounts of damage before going down. Now, if you are experienced with the rules of the game and that sort of information, you already know of this. It's the engines of the mech. But I'm going to go over in detail why this is important in case you are new and you don't know why the engines of clan mechs make them so powerful. So we're just going to flip here into the game, and we have my Ebon Jaguar, which is a clan heavy, and it has the Clan XL engine, and we can see it here, the center, the 6 slots there, and then we see 2 slots in each side torso. If we flip over to an inner sphere mech that I have with an XL engine as well, we see the center 6, same as before, but we see in each side torso there's 3. This is very, very, very important, because sort of a relic from tabletop was the rule that when your engine took 3 critical hits, you are disabled or destroyed, or your mech just ceases to function. Now, we don't have engine critical hits in the game. They're not in there. But how that rule has been translated into this game is that if you lose any combination of torso sections that contain 3 or more engine slots, you die. So that works if you lose your center torso. It has 6 engine slots. You've lost more than 3. In this case, the side torsos have 3 engine slots. You lose 3 or more, not more than 3. 3 or more. So you lose 3, you die. But that's why the clan mechs are so great, because they only have 2 in each side torso. So when they lose a single side, they don't die immediately, because they've lost 2 out of 3. They can either lose both sides, which would be 4 out of 3, or their center, which is 6 out of 3. So they have that flexibility. Let's go into a little bit of spreadsheet warrior here on the numbers behind this. So this is the tonnage for all the different chassis that are in the game. So just going from 20 to 100. For this side, this is the absolute health amounts. So that's the total amount of armor. Normally a pilot would distribute this between their front and their back appropriately, but we're just going to look at full values just for comparison's sake. So on a 20-ton mech, you can put 20 points of armor on your side, distributing how you want, and then you have 10 points of internals for a total of 30 health. For your center on that mech, you have 24 points of armor, 12 internals, 36 points of health. Now this is before any quirks or anything like that. This is just the raw numbers. But keep in mind, with the rebalance, they're going to try and go back to less quirks. There will be some durability quirks, but not some of the, hopefully, insane numbers. But looking down the list here, you can see, of course, the side is always less than the center. You know, that makes sense. It's a side torso. It's not as well protected as a center torso. But you have to start thinking about, okay, if a clan can lose 2 sides before it dies, when an IS with an XL can only lose 1 side, the clans sort of, you got to look at this like as a minimum damage to kill. And we can flip down here to my next chart, which is if you have an XL, what is the minimum damage to kill that mech? Now, there's the tonnage again. With an IS mech, the minimum damage to kill, if you have an XL, is just going through 1 side. So this 30 here for the 20 tons is the same back up here as just the total for the side, 20 tons. So that's where I'm just getting these numbers from. And we can see if we want to kill clans with side torsos, you need double that, because you need to go through both sides. So to kill a clan mech through side torsos is at maximum 100% more durable than an IS with an XL engine. Now, okay, so you're not going to shoot for the side torsos, hopefully, if you're trying to get through a clan mech. Let's say we have perfect aim. We're going to try to shoot through the CTs. The CT is always the same depending on the tonnage. So again, this is where I'm getting my numbers from. 20 tons is the 24 armor, 12 internals, 36 total HP for the center. So flip back down to this chart. So we can see if we kill a clan mech through the CT, it'd be 36. That'd be the exact same if we killed an IS mech through the CT, but we're trying to look for this minimum damage to kill. So assuming a clan mech has this great XL engine, you just shoot the CT as best you can and kill it that way. Where if it was an IS with the XL, you shoot through the side. So we can compare those two. And that's what I do in this formula here. I take the higher number, which is the clan CT, divided by the lower number, which is the IS side, and then just -1. Because if I don't do that -1, it comes out as 100 and something percent. I just want to show the percentage increase from base. So that's why I put in the -1 there. So we can see that at minimum, for 20-ton mech, a clan is 20% more durable. I mean, it's not a big change. It's 30 points versus 36 points. It may not seem huge, but it gets way worse at the higher tonnages. As we can see here, we go down. We get a little bit of a going up, but then down around the 40-tonner. But then once we get past that, it's pretty solidly 40 to 50% more durable. So you have a mech like the Timberwolf. We have a 75-ton heavy, who is, if it was an IS, like say a Black Knight, which I believe is 75 tons. I mean, I'm probably going to get like, no, you don't know the game. I know an Orion is 75 tons. If you have an Orion with an XL engine and a Timberwolf with an XL engine, the Timberwolf, even if they have the exact same armor profiles, is at least 44% more durable. Because it takes only 96 damage to kill that Orion, but it takes, at the very minimum, 138 damage to kill that Timberwolf. Now, I'm assuming no headshots, because headshots are always the same for all the mechs, but they're difficult. Unless the mech's shut down or you get really lucky, it's hard to do. But this number is just a minimum of the percent tougher, because that Timberwolf, it can use its side to tank before having to, say, switch to the other side and use that armor to tank before switching to its, like, trying to tank with its CT. So at the bare minimum, it's 44% better. At maximum, it could be over 100% better. Now, this is all just because of that one pesky little slot in the side torso. Now, there is an in-lore option we can use to change this, to improve this. And we'll flip back over here into Firefox and go to Sarna. This is the Fusion Engine Lite. This, as we read here, designed to mimic the compact profile and lightweight of Clan XL engines. The Lite Fusion engine weighs only 75% of a standard Fusion engine. While not as dramatic as the 50% weight savings of an XL engine, the real benefit of the Lite Fusion engine is that while it intrudes into the side torsos of a battle mech, it takes up the same space as a Clan Extra Light. So that's the main thing. This Lite Fusion engine is the same size as the Clan XL, so it means it only has the 2 in each side torso, which means it has that XL loss, side torso loss, stay alive ability that the clans currently have. Flipping back into my spreadsheet warrior, we're just going to flip to this page here, which is engines. We're going to go back up to the top. This is a list of all the engines in the game, all the different ratings in this column, how much they weigh, standard engine, how much they weigh an XL engine, and hypothetically, how much they would weigh as a L engine, the light engine. Now, it's not exactly 50% weight savings for the XL, and not exactly 25% savings from the L, because just how the weights of the engines work out in MechWarrior. But basically what I did is had the split the difference. So if it's half down to, let's just get a good example. Oh, also, this is the weight difference of standard versus XL, and this is the weight difference of standard versus L. Let's go down to a more usable weight, which I really like the standard 300, the engine 300 rating. It's used in a lot of different mechs. This range from 275 to 325 is where the majority of my mechs have their engine size in. So this is a good place to look at. The standard 300 is 25 tons. The XL is 15.5. Not exactly 50% like it's listed here in Sarna, but it's close. So basically what I did is I split the difference. Is this 20.25 for what could be our hypothetical light engine weight is just in the middle. So the standard to the XL saves you 9.5 tons, but that, if you're in the IS side, comes with that huge loss in durability. If we had these L engines, it would be a 4.75 ton increase instead, but then they would retain their durability. Now, I would leap at the chance to put an L engine in any of my lighter IS mechs. Like, jumping back here into the game, Firestarters, Jenners, Ravens, anything like that, the ability to lose a side torso and stay alive would be ridiculous. For example, I should have brought this up beforehand. There's a build for the Firestarter on Metamechs that uses 5 medium pulse lasers and an XL 295. I am 100% certain that if the L engine was introduced, that build would be updated to, instead of medium pulse lasers, to be medium lasers to scrape the tonnage out that it needs for the extra 4.5 tons in order to change that XL 295 into an L 295. It's a very, very, very small drop in firepower, going from 5 medium pulse to 5 medium lasers. But it's like 30+% durability increase. It would be amazing. It would put all of the IS lights on Arctic Cheetah levels of durability. And that would be wonderful. Well, that's the idea. We need this one little piece of equipment. And because of these engines, they're so strong. So hopefully this piece of equipment can get it in to the game before the balance release, before Steam release, as adding just this would shake up the meta completely, and hopefully would make it so that as crazy quirks don't need to be instituted. So you have on the test server, they had the atlases and such. I can't remember which one it was that had massive whole body durability quirks. Maybe you don't need to do that as much, because maybe you run these engines. The Atlas isn't as good as an example because it would typically run a standard engine, but for things like the Orion, let's take a look at it. If we had that L engine, it could run weight savings while also running a side torso AC20, because we have the 2 slots. So, yes. I certainly hope that this happens. If not, we'll have to deal with just durability quirks in order to make up for this percent tougher that clan mechs are because of these engines. But thank you for listening. Good hunting.